first touch, get left in the dust, no room to judge. Talking is a slow child.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Mfn.Cori and welcome back to another video. And today is gonna be a hair video. I know this has been long overdue, but I'm finally here with it. So today I'm basically just gonna show you guys how I personally customize my lace fronts. By that I mean I'm gonna show you guys how I bleach my knots, pluck my frontals and all of that. It's gonna be a very short, well, not really short video, but it's not really gonna be much to it. Mind you, like I said, I'm gonna show you how I do it. So I'm not doing it how everyone else does it. It's not that I'm not doing it how everyone else does it. It's because everyone does their shit differently, and I don't want people to come on here and be like, oh no, that's not how you do it, da, 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 da. I do it differently from other people, and some people just do it differently from what I'm doing. Slave by Jordan, I watch him all freaking day. Basically he's the one who taught me how to kind of pluck properly. I'm still trying to perfect my plucking, but I think I'm pretty good for what I have done. I'm gonna show you guys how I pluck my frontals, customize them, and yeah, so stay tuned if you guys want to see how I do that. So peace, let's get into the video. Okay y'all, so basically I put you guys up so you guys could see exactly what I'm doing, because I really don't want people to look at this video and be like, oh my god, what is she doing? I can't see shit. So I put you guys up there so you guys basically see what I'm seeing, if anything better. What I start off by doing is I bleach the knots before I pluck. I like to do that because I just think it's better, because you bleach the knots and then you could actually see what you need to pluck. Because I noticed some wigs really don't need that much plucking after you bleach it, if that makes sense. Sometimes you'll pluck it first and then you'll bleach it and then notice that it looks like it's balding. So I like to bleach the knots and then pluck them. I like to use a spatula because first they're disposable, and I don't know how I feel about all that chemical being used on your buttering knives. So I just use a spatula and and you can just throw it away after. I use a dime bowl. I actually found this before. I was using just a glass bowl or something like that. I like to use Quick Blue. I find Quick Blue works better than BW2. I don't know why. It just works. I feel it bleaches better, it spreads better, it mixes better, and yeah, honestly I use any type of developer that I have. So I'm using the 40 volume developer, but I'm gonna mix it with, see me, I don't have a problem with mixing different types of company develop, because I honestly feel they're just the same thing. I'm gonna use 40 volume, but I'm gonna put a little bit of 30 just so that it's not as strong. It's kind of gonna the 30 is gonna kind of dilute the 40, so it's gonna be more see, I don't know how this works, but I went to Cosmo class in high school, and this is what my teacher taught me, unless she was teaching me wrong. My powder first. Oh yeah, and I have gloves too, because bleach really it's not really gonna burn you on as soon as it touches your skin, but once it sits on your skin, it's gonna start to kind of itch and burn. A full cup, because I have 2 frontals to dye. This much for now. It's better to use a little bit and just go as you're going, add as you're going, because you don't want to waste your product, because bitch, hair shit is not cheap. To be, you want it to be kind of like toothpaste, if that makes sense. You want it to be very thick, but not too thick to the point where you can't spread it and it's crumbling. Me, sometimes if I'm doing a lot, it doesn't really matter to me if it gets through it a little bit. You want to be very light-handed, but still kind of push it in, because you don't want it just to be on the lace. If you're not bleaching your lace, you're bleaching your knots. it gets on like the actual hair strands, honestly, you just have to have a little black hair dye on standby. You want to like look inside to see if it is on any strands, and if it is, you could just take a rat tail comb and kind of like comb it out, but you don't want it like a whole chunk to be on like the strands. So I'm gonna let that sit aside. So that was a wig, and this is an actual frontal. This is a, I believe it's a silk based frontal. So yeah, I'm gonna show, that's how I do the wig one. So I flip it inside out and I do that, but these ones are a little bit easier because you could just lay it flat and just do what you have to do. And the reason I'm not going to put any here is because there's no point, because it's silk based closure. Like, if I put it here, like, it's not going to touch the hair. So I'm gonna let that sit, and I'm gonna get right back to you guys as soon as I wash this out and like, you know, set up everything to show you guys how I pluck. So I didn't feel like bringing my whole ring light to the freaking kitchen sink, so I'm gonna do it here in my bathroom. So yeah, it's been about, I want to say maybe like 20 minutes. So this is basically how it's looking. It already looks good. Like, so basically what my dumbass did last time, I accidentally bought purple conditioner instead of purple shampoo. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use this to shampoo the hair, shampoo the rest of the bleach out, and then I'm going to fill this up with water and then put this in there, mix it up a little bit, and let it sit for a little bit. The other wig is still processing because it is processing a little slower than this one, but that's fine because they're not the same company. So not every, that's even another thing, not every company processes the same. So that's why when some people ask me like how long do I keep the bleach on and stuff, honestly, like, I can't really give you a time because it's just like, it just depends on the hair that you have. Like, some hairs bleach faster than others, some hairs bleach slower than others. So like, you honestly, it's really just like, you just have to watch it. So I basically just have the laces sitting in water and Shimmer Lights purple conditioner, and yeah, so I just have it sitting in there just so it takes out all the brassiness of, like, because you don't want like your scalp looking, well, you don't want your scalp looking like like orange. This isn't really necessary, but I just like to do this. I just like to take the extra step. So okay guys, so as you guys could see, I know it's kind of weird because like I'm recording, I have it like on my knee, but for some reason, let me zoom in a little bit for y'all. But for some reason, I really like to pluck on my knee. I get more of an idea of how it's going to look on their forehead with my knee because it's skin, and don't worry, I sanitized my knee, so chill. The canvas head, I don't know. It's just, I just like using my knee, okay? These right here are my favorite, my ultimate favorite tweezers. Like, I don't know, like they're just so like, if you feel them, like they feel so, like heavy duty, like, you know, like if they're serious. And I can't even tell you guys where I really got them from because I literally picked them up from one of like those local like Asian like stores that sell literally like everything. I have my handy dandy comb. I use this comb for everything, and I usually have a spray bottle on hand just to spray the hair down because it's better to pluck when your hair is wet. You get a better result when you're plucking wet. I like to part the hair. I like to part it. I'm gonna talk through the beginning, and then afterwards I'm going to speed it up. So with this hair, it is a little bit difficult because it's not really a lot of lace on it. So I'm gonna part it a little bit, and then as I go forward, that's not what I'm trying to say. I mean, like, I part it as far as possible, and then I pluck, and then I keep parting going towards the front, and then pluck. You've probably seen this technique from Slay by Jordan, because I seen him do this, and I just, like, it's just so good. So I like to pluck, and this hairline is very dense. And we're gonna try to make it look as natural as possible. I really don't even want to like touch the sides of these because it's just, there's not a lot of like, you know, room with this. There's literally like, it starts from here and it ends like right here, the lace. You see how it's starting to like kind of like come along? It does kind of look weird on the side a little bit. Like you see like where it stops like right here. That's literally where the tracks start. It didn't bleach all of it, but that's totally fine because you could literally cover that up with makeup. And where you see it's getting thick right here, these are literally tracks. So don't come for me talking about, oh my god, I didn't pluck properly. No, bitch, they're tracks. Honestly, like you get a better look when you take your comb and pull it back and you see where it starts to like and then start to look like scalp. Some people work from like the hairline to like the middle of the hair, but I find working from like the inside out is better. Even if it's not perfect right now, when it's on the person's head, I tend to pluck more. So this is basically how it looks. And then if you could see, like right here is getting thick. So what you want to do, take your comb, part it where it's getting thick, pluck, like thin it out. Yeah, you see how it went from looking like, how do I show this? Hold on. How it went from looking like thick up like that to like, you know, like thinned out. Hold on. Thinned out like that. Yeah. And I know you guys could see the black knots a little bit, but as I said, you could cover that with makeup. Or you can go in with bleach, but that's not necessary. I'm just gonna do this side and I'm going to flip and show you guys how I do the other frontal. Now I pulled out the other frontal that I was showing you guys. This is what I mean by a silk base closure that doesn't need, like when I was bleaching the knots and I was showing you guys how I didn't put anything here. The reason I did that is because if I part in here, it already like basically, like the knots are basically already bleached. It's meant to look like scalp already. So if I was to put bleach there already, it wouldn't touch it, because if you look at it, it's like 2 layers. There's no knots on this. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like it already looks like scalp. So pluck it a little bit. I'm not gonna pluck this one too much because this one's already like thinner. And then see where I have to. I could go in and pluck a little bit more, like right over here, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just wait when it's on the person's head. Like this one literally blends in, and you see what I mean by like when I put it on my thigh, like the person, I know for a fact the person that this is going on is like literally almost the same skin tone as me, so it's going to look amazing. So those are basically my tips and tricks. I'm basically showing you guys how I pluck and customize my lace fronts and stuff. So I hope you guys liked that video and you guys learned something that you guys never knew. Even though you could be really good, but like, you know, you always could be better. So that's what I'm basically trying to say. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you get notified every time that I post a new video. In the comments below what you guys want to see me post more often, if it's hair videos, vlogs. So just let me know and I'll, you know, I'll try to do it or whatever. So yeah, bye guys.
First touch, get left in the dust, no room to judge.